Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Yes, finally working. Okay, finally. All right, let's get this show on the road. All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, here we go. All right. Welcome to Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren. I'm the co-host, Daren Frett.
And I am Damian Anderson.
Today we have a very special guest that will be joining our podcast for this episode.
Yes, indeed. And I am so excited about our first guest joining us. This guest means something very important to me, because I actually know this particular guest.
All right. Please welcome to the podcast, Miss Anderson, Damian's little sister.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be.
Welcome to Future Educators Talk.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I am just so excited right now. Okay, let's get this started, Daren.
All right. So tonight we will talk about advice for the seniors, as many students are going back to school this year.
Yes, we are. So why don't you get started with this topic, Mr. Brett?
Yes. My advice is don't give up, because you're almost at the finish line, which is graduation.
Yes, absolutely love that advice, Daren.
So, is there any advice that you want to share, Miss Anderson?
Yes. I think that high school is a big deal. High school is not about to get into fights or dropping out. It's about getting to clubs, being on the honor roll, and just enjoying your last 4 years in high school.
Yes. Graduation from high school is a big deal, like you said. Because there are many people out there that didn't graduate from high school or drop out of high school.
Exactly.
So, is there any advice, Mr. Anderson? Any advice that you want to share?
Yes, I do. My advice for all high school seniors would be to celebrate your accomplishment. Let's just face it. Graduating from high school is a really big deal. So don't forget to give yourself the credit that you deserve because you absolutely earn it. So that is my advice for all the high school seniors around the world.
I think that's a good advice, Mr. Anderson. Like she said again, high school is not about getting into fights or dropping out, but it's also not just being on the honor roll, but also trying your best and also making your parents proud. Not only your parents, but also your teachers as well.
Mm-hmm.
And also think about what you want to do after school, like where you want to go, college or military, stuff like that.
Great. That was a great discussion. So let's move right along into our next topic.
So our next topic is how to spread positivity throughout the classroom.
Alrighty. So lead us right into this topic, Mr. Fred.
I think teachers should spread the positivity even if they're having a bad day. I think students would rather see a teacher, rather see a teacher be positive rather than negative. You know. So what are your thoughts about it?
Absolutely, I absolutely agree with you on that. My thoughts on this is teachers should be positive throughout the entire day to bring happiness into a student's life. My thoughts would be to write notes to your students, take one good thing that happened in your classroom and give it back to one child a day. Write to them how what they did make a difference. That will make a difference for you and others. And also reach out to all of your students to make sure that they feel loved and cared about so much. So those are my thoughts. What about you, Miss Anderson?
Well, Mr. Anderson, I think that we, the students, should compliment each other, saying like, I like your shoes, or you look very pretty, fabulous, or handsome today. Students need to be more positive to others and to the teachers, and say something nice to your teachers every day.
I agree with that. So yes, I totally agree with all of that. So that there won't be any negativity, nor argument, nor confrontation, or any of that happening.
Right. And teachers, they don't like when his or her students are talking bad or negativity to each other.
So that's no wonder why we see many students who don't like teachers.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Well, that was a great discussion on that. So let's move on into our next topic, which is more on how to prepare for the first day of school. We're going to talk about more on that.
Okay. Take it away, Mr. Anderson.
Alrighty then. Well, what I would do to prepare for the first day of school is to create a detailed lesson on the first week of school. Like, try to make detailed lesson plans, including like directions for yourself and what you need to do throughout each class period. You could do this like for at least the first week or the first month of school, and also read them and know them. Don't try to do so much in that first week of school, because then it would just be chaos for you. So don't try to do so much on that first week of school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that first week, it should be just smooth sailing. Mm-hmm. It's just the first week. Nothing really hectic or going crazy. Exactly. Speaking of creating detailed lesson plans to save paper entries, I would recommend creating the lesson plans digitally, like making a PowerPoint or Microsoft Word, so that you can save it on your flash drive or to your computer, so that once you get home, you can just put the lesson plans that you put on your lesson plans. You can take it home, plug it into your computer, and then redo it for next week. So instead of going back to the school and like erase everything, versus going home, plug it back in, just make another template or another copy of it, and then just reuse it for next week.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. So what about you, Damaya? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think that you should, like you mentioned in last week's episode, is that you need to make sure that you have all your materials ready. That way you won't forget anything, because it's better to be organized than to be unorganized.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like we discussed in the last episode, I'm not a great organizer, but I'm working on that. So I think me being a teacher will help me on that. Will help me become a better organizer.
Yeah.
Because once, So
yeah. Okay. Well, keep us updated on that, because I would like to see how that goes on.
Yeah. I sure will.
Okay. So we have another question of the day for you guys. Everyone that is listening right now, what advice or encouragement would you give to high school seniors? Please let us know using the hashtag FutureEducatorsTalk on our Instagram and Twitter page, and also on our YouTube channel. I will get that up for you guys, and we will hopefully discuss it on our next episode and see what's your thoughts on that.
Yep. Speaking of in our next episode, we're gonna Oh wait, no, that's later on. That's later on, later down the broadcast during this episode. But yeah, we'd like to thank Miss Anderson for being on the show today.
Yes. We absolutely love having her on the show today, and also please come back to chat with us at any time.
Oh,
At any time.
oh, thank you so much for having me today on this show. I would love to come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So where can people follow you on social media?
Y'all can follow me on my Instagram and Twitter page at Damian Anderson 1.
Great.
All right.
Fantastic. So what are we going to discuss on our next episode, Daren? What are we going to discuss on our next week episode, Daren? Next week, we will talk teachers sitting in with their students during lunch, the types of music to play while your students are doing their work, and many more stuff. So make sure you tune in next week when we talk about all of this. And we got some good things to talk about, so please tune in on that. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on our social media platforms, on Twitter at Future Ed EDU Talk, our Instagram page at Future Educator Talk, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Future Educator Talk with Damian and Daren. Make sure to hit that bell to get notified when all new episodes, and also some more exciting things. So make sure you do that.
Speaking of exciting things, we just did a huge logo makeover. In case you have not checked out our social medias, we just did a huge logo makeover that I think that y'all gonna like.
Mm-hmm.
We did a light version, kind of like a day version, and we did a night mode version. So make sure you check that out on our on the Instagram page. Also, speaking of Instagram page, you can follow Mr. Damian Anderson on Instagram and Twitter at Instagram at the Damian Anderson. I mean, he's the one and only Damian Anderson. And also on Twitter at _ Damian Anderson. You can follow me as well on Instagram at Andrew.Fret _ on Instagram, and also on Twitter at Daren _Fret. Like you said again, make sure you hit that bell to get notified so that YouTube will let you know new episodes come out. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm Daren Fret.
And I am the one and only Damian Anderson.
And I'm Damian Anderson.
And this is Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren.